these are some of the funniest ladies ever to have graced late-night TV.
Number 2, number 3, number 4. All right, there's 10, trust me, okay? All right.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 female cast members on Saturday Night Live.
It's new SAC, the Strategic Airborne Contraceptive.
For this list, we're looking at the funniest and most memorable female players of this classic late-night TV sketch comedy and variety show. Number 10, Maya Rudolph.
So when does your new CD drop?
Oh, yeah, my new CD. About that.
Kicking off our list is an actress and comedian with one of the longest runs as a female player after having appeared on the show between 2000 and 2007. During her time on SNL, Maya Rudolph was known for her wide array of celebrity impersonations, from Oprah to Beyonce to Paris Hilton.
She can burp her own name.
Paris.
Her command of accents and dialects proved invaluable to the show during her tenure, as she was able to get a reaction from the audience with nothing more than a facial twitch or vocal inflection.
My mother gave me the most beautiful leather coat on my birthday. You know how many times I've worn it this year? 0.00. It's bananas!
Not only was she funny, she often utilized her impressive voice in musical sketches.
For the ramrods we watched.
Even after leaving the show, she's returned every now and then to share her comic genius with the new generation of players.
Mama needs Monet. And for that, you can blame Bobby B.
Number 9, Jan Hooks.
This is my California look, like for sure, you know, like gag me with a spoon.
There she goes!
The late Jan Hooks was one of the new players hired for the 12th season after the show was nearly cancelled, and was integral to SNL's comeback. She had the rare skill of being able to make impersonations both ridiculous and realistic at the same time, most notably Kathy Lee Gifford and Nancy Reagan.
Okay.
Perfectly fine my way out. I mean, this was my home for so long. You're going to miss your appointment, Barbara.
Well,
Additionally, she was the first of several players to impersonate Hillary Clinton.
I happen to be the co-president of the United States.
And of course, she brought to life one of SNL's most beloved recurring characters, Candy Sweeney.
Well, I'll tell you one gift she's not getting for Christmas, the gift of gab. You've got that already. Guilty.
While she's not one of the most remembered cast members, Tina Fey noted the lack of attention in 2014, claiming that she, quote, should have had a bigger career. Hook's time on the show more than proved this.
Tammy, we have a bit of goop on our face. Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 8, Rachel Dratch. It's one thing to get the audience laughing, but Rachel Dratch was able to make practically the entire cast lose it during Debbie Downer's now famous introductory sketch.
With that costume on, he's probably in the early stages of heat stroke.
Her quirky and unique comedic style allowed her to play characters that range from grandiose to deadpan, with no weak spot in the bunch. Among her other characters were a pubescent Harry Potter, a thickly accented Boston teen named Denise,
We were both fully clothed, he did not touch Tat, and I did not see Hog.
and Virginia, one half of an overly friendly couple.
At this point during the soak, my lover and I usually crave spiced meats.
Her time on the show from 1999 to 2006 provided it with a particular brand of humor that few, if any, cast members have been able to recapture.
I myself never much cared for Colonel Angus. He rubs me the wrong way.
Number 7, Anna Gasteyer.
Is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Pull yourself together.
Able to go from deadpan to manic in a second, this player was a staple of the series in the late 90s and early 2000s. She's mostly remembered for her impersonation of Martha Stewart, where she would usually carry an entire sketch on her own.
I'll show you how to build rafts that are functional, visually pleasing, and able to withstand shark attack.
Anna Gasteyer was also one of the women who made a great Hillary Clinton.
Hello, America.
Other characters included the depressed host of Pretty Living and a spot-on Joan Rivers.
The gown, horrible. The jewelry, whorish. Her hair looked like two cats had a fight in it. She's a hideous slut. Over to you, Melissa.
Often paired with Will Ferrell, Gasteyer could effortlessly hold her own against the legendary funny man.
You know, sometimes you can be addicted to something that's not a drug.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other fellas can't deny. But when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
I see you, baby.
And in one of SNL's strongest casts, she managed to be a standout.
Okay, these are my dark chocolate mud bars, okay? And these won me the Duncan Hines Bake Off. They won me this trophy and $4,000.
Number 6, Kristen Wiig.
I love surprises. God, I love being involved. God, I'm so freaking excited.
It didn't take long for this kooky comedian to leave her mark on the show.
I'm Brad, the male gardener. The landscape company sent me back to trim back a rosemary topiaries.
She created too many memorable characters to list them all, but the highlights include the troublesome Gilly, the overzealous Target lady, and of course, Dunice.
I like waterfalls. I like butterflies. I like breaking bows.
I like chasing cars.
It was always clear that she was up for any challenge the writers would throw at her, as she committed earnestly to every role, often brilliantly utilizing physical humor to up the ante.
You should see me get dressed at night, huh? You should see me get undressed at night. It's like opening a tube of poppin' fresh dough.
Oh, gross.
She's also received 7 Emmy nominations in a row for her work on the show.
I am busier than the map of the world fabric that lines my favorite safari vest that I got in a gift bag 2 years ago when I attended the release party of the new Snapple flavor African Berry Blossom Tea Berry Lemonade.
Number 5, Jane Curtin.
In a shattering landmark ruling, the Swedish government has released this statement. Hey, dingeli-ditan, fem fingerna på fitan.
This original cast member made a name for herself as the Queen of Deadpan for her talent in playing straight women in sketches.
How did Mr. Lubner pass away?
He was born without a spine. It was always just a matter of time.
Her foils to John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, and Gilda Radner helped make some of the most legendary moments of the series, including the Coneheads, which later received their own film adaptation.
What is a 7-letter word for a tomb in ancient Egypt, which is a quadrilateral masonry mass having smooth, steeply sloping sides meeting at an apex?
A flindar.
Ah.
She was also the first woman to sit at the Weekend Update desk, where she often provided the voice of reason.
Dan, there's an old saying. Behind every successful man, there's a woman. A loving, giving, caring woman. But you wouldn't know about that, Dan, because there's no old saying about what's behind a miserable failure.
It's been said that her role on SNL mirrors her role behind the scenes, as she always strived to be professional and prepared. A class act all the way.
In order to be less obvious on Earth, we took the names Fred and Joyce Conehead.
Number 4, Molly Shannon.
I'm not used to this live television.
She can kick, she can stretch, and she can kick.
I'm 50! 50 years old! 50 years old!
This pick was a no-brainer. Molly Shannon most famously portrayed Catholic schoolgirl Mary Catherine Gallagher, who was also one of the few female SNL characters to get a cinematic spin-off.
Sometimes when I get nervous,
yes,
I stick my hands under my arms and then I smell my fingers like that.
This just scratches the limits of her talent, though. She also excelled while performing in delicious dish sketches.
Like good times. Good times.
As well as notably impersonating Monica Lewinsky and many others.
All right, welcome to the Courtney Love Show. I'm Courtney Love. I need a cigarette. Give me a cigarette!
Shannon was able to bring sincerity to a vast array of characters, bringing life and energy to every sketch she appeared in. One of the most reliable cast members ever to grace the stage of Studio 8H, she is a true comedic legend.
Do you know one thing that bugs me? Men who pee on the seat. Don't get me started. Don't even get me started.
Number 3, Tina Fey.
Massachusetts Governor Jane Swift gave birth Tuesday night to twin girls, making her the first governor to have twin girls since Bill Clinton was running Arkansas.
One of the most hilarious funny women today got her start on SNL.
I am very hungry. Please, may I eat donut from your head?
She began as a writer in 1997, ultimately becoming the show's first female head writer 2 years later, and lending her acting talent to sketches starting in the year 2000. Along with the writing staff, Fey would win an Emmy for her scripts, but it wouldn't be her last award, as she would win another Emmy several years after leaving the show for her guest performances parodying Sarah Palin.
I believe that diplomacy should be the cornerstone of any foreign policy.
And I can see Russia from my house.
Faye is also considered one of the funniest hosts of Weekend Update of all time.
The National Center for Lesbian Rights this week honored Sharon Stone, citing her unending support of gay and lesbian haircuts.
After her legendary run on SNL, she created 30 Rock, which was based on her time with the sketch comedy series, and won another slew of awards.
Do something, Liz. You're our only hope.
There is no doubt that Faye will be remembered as one of the show's greatest. Number 2, Amy Poehler.
When will they crumble beneath the weight of its own arrogance? Kim Jong-il.
Not to give too much away, but I say Monday!
It's only natural that Amy Poehler and Tina Fey are next to each other on this list, as they form the first female duo to host Weekend Update.
On Wednesday, the 73rd annual Rockefeller Christmas tree was lit. As was I.
While their chemistry was a winning combination, Amy Poehler also showed she could easily stand on her own.
Take it easy and do it easier, like Donna M. Left, right, left, right.
Her expressive face gave her the ability to easily play a wide variety of off-the-wall characters, from straight women to eccentric gals.
Hello, Ozzy! I miss you, Doddy! Minnie, say hello to Alex!
Most famously, she was a brilliant Hillary Clinton and originated the character Caitlyn.
Rick, I want to get my ears pierced because I want to look glamorous!
When she became pregnant, she continued to work until literally going into labor hours before the show was set to film.
I'm Seth Meyers. Amy Poehler is not here tonight because she is having a baby.
It was just destiny that her son was born on a Saturday night. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
What is that new phrase everyone in New York is saying? What is it? It's like, oh my God, you haven't seen Hamilton? You have to see Hamilton. Seriously, go see Hamilton.
Where am I again?
Stop! There is danger. I sense evil spirits. I must drive them away with the dance of my ancestors.
What, Alexis? What? Where were you? Well, I only had to watch Friends alone. Now I know who my friends are. What? No? Really? Okay, me too. All right, come on in.
Your share of the rent would be $250 a month. So what do you think?
Why don't you both come over tonight? Phoebes is gonna bring her new boyfriend, and he's not gonna fit in. I'll see you there.
It's all right, Connie. Something that people like to bite.
The big one.
Number 1, Gilda Radner.
There's this girl that this guy jumped out of the bushes and forced her to have a baby.
How?
I don't know, he just said, have a baby right now.
This influential cast member was the first person to ever be cast in SNL, which is appropriate since no other could likely ever match her stage presence.
You don't see many of these babes anymore.
No, not too.
As one of the original not ready for primetime players, she helped put the show on the map, with such offbeat characters as Baba Wawa, Emily Latella, and Rosanna Dana.
So I yelled at her. I said, hey, doctor, flick that sweat ball off your nose. What are you trying to do, make me sick?
Not just restricted to a few characters, though, Gilda Radner's incredible range was always apparent, as she breathed life into every character she inhabited.
I'm the monster, and I'm gonna eat Jennifer. Up, watch out, I'm gonna get her.
She's considered a pioneer for women in sketch comedy. And though she sadly passed in 1989 from ovarian cancer, Radner's impact is still felt today.
Mr. Fader, you sound like a real attractive guy.
Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite female SNL player?
You know, we do Pilates. We got Jamie Lee Curtis keeping us regular.
For more gut-busting top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to MsMojo.
Someone say she let the dogs out?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I know.